Hello gaming, my name is Nichoals and today I'm going to be taking a look at a first-person survival horror known as Alien Isolation. Now, as a foreword, I should touch on the, shall we say, significant concerns that arise with the new Alien game because of the way the license has been arguably abused in the last couple of years. I don't even have to talk about the films because uttering the phrase colonial marines in a room full of gamers is akin to saying Lord Voldemort. While this is a talk for another time, the franchise's history creates some understandable alien reservations about the topic. And yes, I have more of those. Now, I know what you're thinking. Please don't suck, please don't suck, please don't suck, please don't suck, please don't suck. Well, the short answer to that thought is don't suck, it does. It doesn't suck. It's good. Alien Isolation returns to the original theme of Ridley Scott's Alien. One unstoppable creature with otherworldly senses and the mind of the perfect predator. This thing can't be killed. Seriously. It's literally impossible. And it's interesting because while this definitely isn't new to survival horror, I mean look at Amnesia or Outlast, for once there's actually a narrative reason for it. For those of you who don't know much about Alien, this thing is faster than Usain Bolt on a moped, unhurt by fire, and if you actually manage to wound it, its blood is so corrosive that it will melt through steel. Now how's that for an alien explanation? Instead of never really addressing why I can't just turn to the asylum patient and lamp him one. The developers, Creative Assembly, need to be congratulated on the programming of the alien. The alien learns. It can't be tricked in the same way twice, and it can't be avoided by abstaining from the situation in a cupboard. The AI is essentially set up to stalk you, which makes sense as the alien has picked up your scent and will search in your proximity until it finds you. Now, notice I said programming of the alien there, because there are other enemies and they're perhaps not as elegant. It's clear most of the love went into the alien, which is obviously the right choice, but it begs the question as to why the other enemies were so prominently featured in the first place, if even the developers weren't so enthusiastic about them. Alternatively, it does give a sense that this is a living place that the alien is preying upon, and showing the destruction it causes both physically and mentally reinforces the horror aspect. All hope is not lost, however, as Amanda Ripley, Ellen Ripley's daughter, is a crafty little protagonist. You survive by fashioning scrap into makeshift tools that allow you to distract, stun, and startle your adversaries. And as mentioned before, you can take temporary shelter in hiding places such as lockers or under desks or in an alien ventilation shaft, but do so at the wrong time or too often and they'll find you anyway. And now probably the most important question. Is it scary? The answer is a little nuanced. In my experience, horror has a particular difficulty with remaining effective for long periods of time. Fear and anxiousness are powered by the unknown, so once familiarity sets in, the alien trepidation dissipates. At some point, you'll recognise the patterns of where a relatively safe spot is, or where you're able to move, or what horrible things the enemy will do to you if they catch you. Either that, or you'll die a dozen times on one section because you're terrible and everything will just start feeling a little gamey to you. I played on medium mode because I doubt I would have any footage otherwise, and it felt like Alien was giving me a few too many chances. Undoubtedly this would change on a harder difficulty, but then you run into the sister problem of when you die, really any more than once, the concept seems to lose a little bit of its weight, doesn't it? With all this said, the game does an admirable job of trying to keep things fresh. Another plus for different enemy types is that they can work as tandem obstacles. While the alien is out for your scrumptious human booty, the booties of other possibly hostile humans will be equally satisfying. If there's a need, you can cause a distraction and use them as decoys, but they also tend to draw the alien to them, and thus you if you're not careful. Similarly, the rogue androids have a frustratingly low concern for the alien considering the vigour with which they execute trespassing humans. The elements combine well together and you're being constantly thrown into different environments with new concerns, and the maze-like structure of the setting as well as the disturbing ambient noises of pipes, thuds, scrapes and creaks will keep you on your toes for a while. A number of spots will cause sharp alien inhalations, and I spent more time hiding, pausing and panting than I would like to admit. Alien Humiliation. Considering it's a $50 title, the length is justified, and it's easily of a visual quality to note. I turned the settings down to get a good recording, but on full spec the game is genuinely beautiful. The soul of Alien is here, but even if you're not familiar with the franchise, there's some fantastic fearful moments and a rich dystopic world. Before this, I thought true horror was something that could only now be achieved in the indie circle. So if you're willing to drop money on AAA, why not pick up the comeback horror Alien fans and horror fans alike have been wanting for years? Alien recommendation.